Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name's David, and this is a Magic Review. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for being here. You like magic tricks, I like magic tricks. Let's get together and talk about magic tricks. That's what we do here. Magic reviews, playing card reviews, giveaways every single week, sometimes 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, giving you the reviews that you love. Always come back here for the latest and greatest. Hit me up with a like, a subscribe, a follow, mash all the buttons. You know what to do. Another way you can support me is down below in the details section. You can visit my Teespring store and take part in the plethora of Magic Orthodoxy apparel. Be the envy of everyone on your block sporting these bad boys. You can also join Magic Orthodoxy for $1.99 a month. You can be one of the faithful. That's right, for just $2, you'll get 2 extra videos every single week. That's 8. Count them, 8 videos a month, 8 extra videos a month, and there is a ton of videos over there right now. You're gonna find exclusive magic reviews, best ofs, verses, and magic theory all over in the membership section. Today, we're gonna look at Omamori from Hanson Chien YAO. What is Omamori? Omamori is a little wooden Japanese fortune-telling pendant. It's a pendant, it's a clasp, it's a locket, it's a little, it's a souvenir. It's a souvenir, it's a trinket. It's an object of fancy, right? You can usually buy them in Japanese street markets, and every single one of them usually has a different prayer or a different blessing or a different fortune inside. It's wooden and has a little like rope clasp that you can use it to hold on things or pin to your backpack. And the way you see the fortune is to shine a light through it. So you shine a light through it and then you're able to read the blessing. And in this case, if you did it as a magic presentation, the Omamori would be on the table and you just say, oh, I bought this in, a Japanese street market, or I bought this on my last trip to Japan, or I got this off the internet. And you say, you know what, it has a secret blessing inside or a secret reveal inside. I haven't looked yet, but I had this feeling that maybe it was for you. And so you ask them to name a person who's meant a lot in their life, or name a number that has significance to them, or to draw a very simple shape like a flower or a peace symbol or something like that. And of course, they think of it in their mind. You get a feeling of what you think it might be, and then you go over to the Omamori that's on the table, you lift it up and you shine your phone light through the wooden block. And if they wanted to do it themselves, they could. You could hand the Omamori to them, they could take their own flashlight, shine it through, and then the word or number or picture would be seen as like a vision or a shadow in the wooden block. Let's talk about it. All right, so a couple questions we always ask in every single magic review, and the first of which is, what is in the box? It's a beautiful box. Beautiful box with great graphics, it's stylized. It's got a drawer slide. On the inside, you're gonna get 2 Omamoris, 2 devices. One is gonna be examinable, and one is gonna be gaffed. You don't necessarily need the examinable one. It's just, how you wanna do your presentation. The gaffed one, you can't figure out how to ungaff it, right? It won't undo itself. But I suppose if you use the other one and you did some sort of switch, maybe you could show the first one, shine the light through it and show nothing there. Then do your switch and then you do your trick, and then you'd have the second one shine the light through and show that the object had appeared. I mean, that's a possible routine. You're also gonna get 3 fortune-telling papers and decals to decorate the Omamori. Is it what I thought? I really didn't know what to think, which is odd because I've already reviewed tricks that are identical to this. I've already reviewed tricks that are similar to this. We'll talk about that. But the way this was presented in the ad copy, I couldn't distinguish that this was one of those types of tricks. Maybe I thought it was more something else. I thought it was leaning towards a different route, and I didn't see that. Oh, they're making this trick, but kind of taking it from a stage trick down to a close-up trick. You see this more on stage. You do see this trick more on stage. We'll talk about that. Is it well made? The Omamoris are well made. They feel like balsa wood. You know, this very lightweight wood, very smooth finish. So it feels like it's made out of balsa wood, and it's just got a little red cord at the top. Overall quality and production value of the video, you're gonna get 2 videos. The main one is 43 minutes long. It's on YouTube. Both of these videos are on YouTube, so they're not really downloadable. You will have to just watch them on YouTube, which helps because you will need YouTube's subtitles. These are filmed in Mandarin Chinese, and if you don't click the YouTube subtitles, you will have to watch them in Mandarin Chinese. So you'll have to watch them with the subtitles turned on if you don't understand Mandarin. It's 2 gentlemen on a couch, shot well, microphoned well, lots of great filming. As far as what they're gonna teach you, you're gonna get an introduction. They'll tell you exactly what an Omamori is. Then they'll get into the setup, and that's just applying the stickers and the cleanup and showing you how the gimmicks work. The first performance is a spectator chooses a number. I think they pick a 2-digit number and borrow their phone, and the 2-digit number appears inside. The second performance is done very similarly, but he's gonna show you how to do it with a billet peek. So instead of the spectator just telling you what the number is, they write it down in a billet, and he will teach you his simple billet peek. The end is gonna be performance notes. Those are just ideas that you could do, different places you could take this. They're gonna show you some over-shoulder shots that they didn't show you earlier, and they're gonna show you how to do a drawing duplication, and the end closes with a conclusion. There is a second tutorial that's 18 minutes long. This is done with a zodiac symbol, and it uses a multiple out, which is great because the thing about the Omamori is you can actually have a different reveal on both sides. So let's say A was on side 1 and B was on side 2. You could shine the flashlight through and you would see the A, but you wouldn't see the other reveal. You could turn it around, shine it through, and you would see the B, but not see the first reveal. So this works great for multiple outs when you have a spectator choose between 2 items. Pocket space, the Omamoris are very small. They'll fit nicely in your hands. And in truth, you don't really need anything else but that. In performance, you would use maybe some index cards and something to write with, you know, because you're gonna ask the spectator, you know, what was your 2-digit number? And they'll say 43, you say, 43. And you're gonna write down 43 on the card, and you say, we're just gonna leave that off to the side, or just gonna use that to prove or to remember what your number was. So you will need those items in addition to the Omamori. How are the angles on this? Okay, so let's talk about angles and the routine a little bit more. Like I said, this is a stage trick. This was a stage trick brought down to a close-up effect. So like I said a little earlier, you need something to write with. Now, when I've reviewed this trick other times, it's been a much larger effect. I remember one trick where you had a stuffed dog on stage, stuffed animal dog, and it had a blank collar, blank name tag, and you had a clipboard and a pen, and you called out to the audience and took suggestions for what the dog's name should be, and then the audience all votes, and then you write the dog's name on the clipboard, right? And just to prove what the dog's name was. And then when the spectator goes to the dog's tag, now the name is on the dog's tag. And I'm sure you've seen this same trick done other ways, right? It's this kind of like, you get a suggestion, you write it down, but then the writing also appears over there on the dog's tag. Obviously now for angles, you don't have all the large movements and large gestures and large cover that you can do on stage. Now you're bringing that same style of effect down to a one-on-one situation, a close-up situation. So you're gonna have to be a lot more careful about your writing and your going over to the object, right? A lot of that has to get tighter because you're gonna have more eyes on you, and obviously everyone's closer to you. Can it be inspected? I think so. Once the Omamori is shown to have the the blessing inside, or the reveal inside, yeah, they can inspect it all day long. They're never going to find anything. All right, so how much practice does this require? Yeah, let's continue our discussion that we had with angles. So there's no difficult sleights. Okay, there's nothing hard to do. Once you learn how this is done, you will know exactly how to do this, if that makes sense. But you will have to practice getting from here with your card and your pen over to the Omamori cleanly. The good news is all the things, all the secret things are small, maybe the size of a silver dollar, $half. So if you've already had experience palming, ditching, and loading coins, I think this is no different. So if you're prolific already at coin magic, this is going to be super, super easy. A lot of the same movements from coin magic are here. It's a lot smaller than palming and ditching a card. And it's a lot more, it's going to keep its shape. It's going to keep its shape. It's not going to bend or do anything like that. So yeah, palming and loading in front of the spectator. The good news is Hanson Chien YAO are going to teach you a lot of ways to cover these actions so that they're unseen. All right, so how much setup and reset is there? Setup, hardly any. Reset, you will need to go off stage, do some funny business, and come back out. You cannot reset this from table to table. Positives. All right, so what are the positives to the Omamori? Like I was saying, this is the stage effect brought down to close-up. So this is great because I think this can be a very powerful effect. In mentalism, I think sometimes we can focus so much on the trick and then lose sight of the emotional aspect that goes along with it. I think with this, especially talking about this being a Japanese fortune box or a Japanese blessing box, there's a great opportunity here to connect with your spectator on an emotional level and to really draw that out and to tap into something that's actually authentic. And I think you could do that with a tool like this. So I think that means slowing your routine down and really spending some time talking to the spectator and getting this out. Plus the fact that this trick isn't really sleight heavy and that it's really more just misdirection, I think will make this a trick that more people will be able to readily do out of the box. Negatives, if I'm gonna talk about negatives, there's not a lot of cover for doing the secret work. So you're gonna have to be watching your timing and making sure that you do things in the offbeat. Sometimes when we do things too quickly or at the wrong moment, you actually draw attention to it. And so that's something that you're gonna have to be really well aware of. Second thing I would say is there's not a lot of room for writing on this. So the nice thing about the Omamori is if you're writing in Japanese, you can write vertical and you could probably fit more on here. So maybe if you're gonna write an English word, I would suggest that you write horizontally, turn the Omamori on its side and write it across this way. So you have a little bit more space. You're gonna have to think about what you're doing. Like if you're drawing a flower, then sure, you draw vertically and go this way. But if you're drawing a car, maybe you turn it this way and draw it this way. So, and I'm not saying you'd have a lot of time to draw a flower or a car, but you will have to consider the space. I think that's why in the instructional video, he just sticks with a 2-digit number. 2-digit number you can do fast and it doesn't take up a lot of space. So limited amount of writing space. Is it worth your money? It's $50, 50 bucks. I do think it's worth its money because I do think it's made well and I think you get a lot here, but you will need to think about your presentation. You're gonna get so much more out of this if you put time into the presentation and you put time into the emotional aspect, okay? If you just do this as, think of a number and bam, the number appears inside the object, there are other ways you could do that same effect. I think the fact that you have this prop lends itself to finding a way to connect with some heavy emotion. But don't just take my word for it. There are plenty of other review channels out there and you should be aware of them before you drop 50 bucks. Make sure you get a second, third, or fourth opinion before you spend your money. Neek Tan has a review channel. He did a wonderful, thorough, very funny, very entertaining review for this. make sure you head on over to his channel, give him a like and a follow as well. All right, that's everything I can say about Omamori. I want to thank Hanson Chien YAO for allowing me to have this so that I could do the review for you. You can find it at Hanson Chien's website or wherever quality magic tricks are sold. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.